My name is Drew Lambert. Imagine fishing for more than a mile below the Earth's surface and the ocean surface in complete darkness, where some fish can live for over 100 years. What would you catch, and how long would it take you to get that fish to the surface? I've been fishing multiple times, and each time is a different experience. According to Merritt Tronstad of the Food and Agricultural Organization, deep sea fisheries are an important source of employment and nutrition. Deep sea fishing typically takes place between the depths of 200 and 1,500 meters. Peter Etmoyer of the NOAA explains that deep sea coral ecosystems support many marine species and are easily damaged by human activity, including deep sea fishing. Today I will inform you about deep sea fishing, what it is. In my speech I'll explain what deep sea fishing is and its impact on the ocean. Deep sea fishing takes place in some of the deepest parts of the ocean, and according to Merritt Tronstad, deep sea fishing generally occurs in waters deeper than 200 meters. Callum Roberts of the Island Press explains many deep sea fish grow slowly, mature late, and can live for decades. Again, Peter Etmoyer reports that deep sea coral habitat provides shelter for many fish and invertebrates, which make it harder to ultimately catch these fish when they are hooked. Fish break line very frequently when they are hooked because their natural instinct is to swim straight down and hide, ultimately snapping a fisherman's line. The places where they hide are normally shipwrecks from a long time ago or a coral like a reef habitat. Now that we've discussed what deep sea fishing is, let's examine how it's done. Deep sea fishing relies on specialized equipment and advanced technology. Malcolm Clark, in his Journal of Marine Science, explains that bottom trawling is one of the primary ways to catch fish. Another method of fishing is something called jigging, which is more normal. What I have done personally is when you take your artificial bait to the very bottom of the ocean and finally reel up as hard as you can until something bites it. Lisette Victorero and Frontiers of Marine Science describe how advances in sonar, GPS, and navigation technology have allowed fishing fleets to reach previously inaccessible deep sea waters. Sonograms are very common when deep sea fishing. It's almost impossible to catch a fish without one. This is what I've personally used every time I've went deep sea fishing. On a sonogram, there's a big electronic like a dashboard that shows density of a fish that's highlighted, how far down it is, the size of it, and how many of them there are. Amy McKeever of National Geographic reports fisheries for the most sought after species like orange rofi, Chilean sea bass, and bluefin tuna have collapsed for the lack of fish. This is due to overfishing in certain areas. The key to rebuilding these species is for having seasons for them and making it illegal to catch them. Two examples would be cobia and red snapper. These are two highly sought after fish that many people eat. And the red snapper, for example, you can only catch 2 per person per day, which leads to not a very big decrease in population, but people can still eat that fish. While deep sea fishing provides food and jobs, it also creates environmental concerns. Deep sea fishing has significant environmental and economic impacts. Eric Sala, also of National Geographic, states that overfishing threatens fish populations faster than they can recover. He quotes, "If nothing changes, all fisheries will have collapsed by the year 2050. According to Elliot Norris in his marine policy book and his colleagues, bottom trawling can permanently damage fragile deep sea habitats, like I mentioned before. While fish are hooked, they destroy their habitats and their own homes because their first instinct is to become unhooked. So, for example, say you hook a larger size fish that lives in a reef. That fish will swim directly to that reef and destroy its own habitat along with others just to try to get unhooked. Merritt Tronstad explains that sustainable management practices are necessary to protect deep sea ecosystems while allowing fisheries to continue operating. In conclusion, it is helpful to be aware of what impacts you have on deep sea fishing and the environment they live in. Today I informed you what deep sea fishing is, how it is conducted, and the effects it has on the marine ecosystems. As Callum Roberts explains, protecting the deep sea ocean today will preserve its unique wildlife for future generations. Thank you.